It's Thursday on What the F at $, and you know how we roll. Movie premieres, wrestling report with AEW Dynamite results, TNA Impact preview news for May 7, 2026, Dumbass of the Day, ANTIFA 54321. It's Thursday. Let's see what's playing the theater this weekend. We have the highly anticipated Mortal Kombat 2, Sheep Detective and others. Mortal Kombat 2.
You want to know what makes a hero? It's not destiny. It's not something you're born with. It's searching for greatness.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
Then realizing you've had it in you this entire time.
Whoa! I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry. You won't.
Yo! Send me back. I want to go back.
The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies. They would be decided by combat.
I'm not some great warrior. I'm not some champion.
This is a war for the fate of your world. Finish him!
Me?
Earth belongs to me.
We do not kneel!
Our only chance is to face this together.
Let's go, baby.
You, Johnny Cage, are a part of this now.
It's showtime.
Get over here!
Johnny will definitely die.
Mortal Kombat 2 is a 2026 sequel to the 2021 film, directed by Simon McQuoid, starring Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, who joins returning heroes to fight Shao Kahn. The film, released in May 2026, is praised as an improvement over the first, featuring more fan-favorite characters and staying true to the game's spirit, with early reactions highlighting its action and fan service despite some story criticisms. Cast: Carl Urban, Johnny Cage, Louis Lin, Liu Kang, Jessica McNamee, Sonya Blade, Ludi Lin, Liu Kang, Joe Taslim, Bai Han, Sub-Zero, Hiroyuki Sanada, Hanzo Hasashi, Scorpion, Adeline Rudolph, Katana, Tati Gabrielle, Jade Martin Ford, Shao Kahn. It's surprisingly entertaining and the fight scenes are fun. It's actually better than part 1, but with saying that, the movie feels incomplete. Carl Urban does an amazing job for Johnny Cage. The characters are fun and interesting, but don't expect an Oscar-winning movie, but it's still a fun time. Now to Sheep Detective.
If there's one secret to happiness in my life, it's taking care of the kindest creatures on earth.
Sheep, I want you to meet my flock.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be.
I keep them well fed, well groomed, and each day I read out loud to them mysteries, whodunits. I know who the killer was. I like to pretend that they follow along, but they're only sheep.
Why would he stop there?
He was just about to say who the killer was.
This is torture. It was the maid, right?
When I wake up.
Wake up! Everybody wake up!
We found George on the grass, and he's not moving.
What?
Lily, tell us what to do!
Our shepherd was murdered. And we shall solve the crime. George George was visited by someone he knew well enough to offer a drink.
Not much of a story for you, I'm afraid.
Unless there's anything out of the ordinary.
The policeman is completely hopeless. We need to help him.
You think you're brave enough to leave home?
We're not scared.
What is that?
I think it's a road.
But what is it made of?
Well, not grass, I can tell you that.
Are you coming?
For George?
For George.
Officer Derry, I am George Hardy's lawyer. He wrote a will.
In the nighttime stories, the people in the will are always the suspects.
That man had nothing.
Well, actually, there is $30 million.
And we have our motive. We need to look for clues.
Stand back. I am, after all, a sheep detective.
You killed George. What are they hiding?
What if I can't solve it?
I've read you dozens of these stories. They follow very simple rules.
Look, the clue!
Every time something happens with this case,
That's my hat!
there they are. A clue.
Thank you all.
Sheep can do things. In fact, we can do anything.
I want to bash it. I want to bash it so bad.
What's with them?
The Sheep Detectives is a 2026 PG-rated mystery comedy film from Amazon MGM Studios, directed by Kyle Balder and written by Craig Mazin, starring Hugh Jackman as a shepherd whose sheep turn into detectives to solve his murder after he's found dead. The film features a large ensemble cast, including Nicholas Brown, Nicholas Galitzine, Molly Gordon, and voice roles from Bryan Cranston, Emma Thompson, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and is set for release on May 8, 2026. A fun movie for families to enjoy if you like Babe. This movie will be your new guilty pleasure, starring Hugh Jackman and several wonderful voice celebrities. This movie just hits the spot where if you can't find something fun and enjoyable, then you may be dead now neglected.
I want to thank this man for 20 years plus of service to this department. Let's give it up for him.
What does the future hold for the big detective?
Spend as much time with my kid as I can before he heads off to college.
Hi, I'd like to report a murder.
Show me your hands!
I'm only talking to Detective Shaw.
Oh, this better be good.
We got a serial killer. You recognize him?
No. Fingerprints?
Kid's fingertips, all burned. Couldn't get a clean print.
Do you have Aaron?
Is he in school?
He's not at school.
What did you do with my son?
I buried him. The timer is telling you that he has less than 9 hours of oxygen left.
You kill me! You kill him! What do you want?
I want you to do your job before you retire! There are 3 murders
Police!
that I need you to solve. And then I'll tell you where your son is. Follow the clues like a real detective would! This is between you and me.
What does he have on you?
3 murders, all staged, and I still don't know why. But everything was planned.
Where is he? Tick-tock, tick-tock. Don't do that!
Neglected soon-to-be-retired detective learns that a serial killer has buried his son alive and must solve a series of murders before the boy runs out of air. Starring Josh Duhamel and Dylan Sprouse, a generic action thriller that forgets it's a movie. I don't understand what or who this caters to. The cliche "I'm 2 weeks to retirement" is the most notable factor in this forgettable movie. Next, influenced.
My name is Danielle. Here's my little slice of the juicy Big Apple. I'm a momfluencer with 999,000 followers. I have famous actors who follow me.
It's like legit skin of a fetus afterward.
I vomited, but I fit into my high school jeans the next morning.
I'm gonna get to $1 million if it kills me.
Shut the f up!
The highlight of my life are my 2 amazing kids.
Mom, how come we don't have any poor friends?
Dogs can't resist dirt and regret.
I used to have an amazing husband.
Making a mountain out of a molehill.
Going to the special massage place is not a molehill. Your dog is walked by Yuki?
The one and only. Matt Damon goes to him for life coaching.
You're my sage. You have to let it go, man.
I finally clawed my way to the capital of the world and never left. but it doesn't pack the punch I thought it would. I feel like I got shot out of a camel's ass.
A new high-end soup kitchen has opened, serving only miso soup.
I realized all my friends have their charities.
Lipo for Manatees needs your help.
It's time to use my platform for good. So I decided to become the Mr. Rogers of East 74th Street.
Thank you for helping someone else.
My friends IRL really gotten me through some tough times.
This is exactly what you think it is. If you call the police, I will burn this place to the f***ing ground.
I'm in your life now, and I'm like herpes and political emails. You're never gonna get rid of me.
Wonderful.
They're jealous.
Sweet.
Yeah, it is.
If Marty Scorsese can make an entire Netflix about Fran, I never heard of moisturizer Leibowitz, then I can have my own Danielle movie.
Influenced renowned influencer Danielle navigates fake friends among the black card swiping, Ozempic sharting, workout-addicted Upper East Siders. In her comedic quest for 1 million followers, she finds her first real new friend and her true self, starting Gwyneth Paltrow and Drew Barrymore. Wow. This movie is pure garbage, nothing remotely redeemable. The performances are flat and none of the characters are likable. This movie could be a front-runner for Razzie winner next to Pianos.
Il y a encore combien de temps avant d'atterrir?
1 heure à peine.
Qu'est-ce que t'es allé faire à l'autre bout du monde? T'es trop doué pour ça.
Redis le plus fort, ça, s'il te plaît.
T'es tout seul.
J'ai vu Pierre.
C'est merveilleux de te voir, ça fait combien d'années?
À l'époque, je vous aimais tous les deux.
Et t'as triché. J'étais dans le parc hier. J'ai levé les yeux. Je me suis vu.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire?
Où est-ce que t'as volé ça? Attends, t'as volé une photo de mon fils? Pourquoi tu montes ça maintenant? Va-t'en.
Ce soir, tu vas jouer pour moi, à ma place.
Non,
Je vais arrêter.
je peux pas durer avec ça.
Tu vas apprendre.
Qu'est-ce que t'attends?
Toi. Tu voulais pas de moi?
Non, non.
Et tu veux toujours pas de moi?
J'attendais beaucoup plus. Tu es médiocre au niveau du travail.
Je préfère être seul, comme toi. T'es tout seul.
Sois brillant demain soir.
Je sais pas ce que vous voulez réparer, mais parfois dans la vie, il faut laisser les choses foutre le camp.
Pourquoi t'as jamais essayé de m'enlever?
Two Pianos. Matthias, a virtuoso pianist, lives an impossible love story. Matthias returns to his hometown of Lyon after years in Asia at the request of his former mentor, Eleanor, to perform duets with her. His return triggers a reunion with his ex, Claude, and forces him to confront his past and present life choices. Main cast: Francois Civil as Matthias, Charlotte Rampling as Eleanor, Nadia Tereskevich as Claude, Hippolyta Girardot. It's a run-of-the-mill romance that tries to be erotic but comes off as pretentious. Now to the Wrestling Report. 5 4 3 2 1.
THR Wrestling Report. AEW Dynamite Results. AEW opens the show with a tribute to Ted Turner and his contribution to wrestling through WCW. Sting comes out to give words of inspiration. 1. AEW Continental Championship Eliminator Match. Jon Moxley defeats Juice Robinson by submission. The match highlighted the chemistry and history between the two superstars from their battles in New Japan to the present. The match was the perfect start for the night. 2. Double Jeopardy Match. Orange Cassidy defeated Dax Harwood by pinfall to earn the conglomeration an opportunity at the AEW World Tag Team Championship. This effectively became an impromptu lumberjack match with roughly 10 people at ringside. This match was entertaining, but it just was paced awfully. The chaos after the match was more appealing, especially the antics of Christian Cage. Chris Jericho calls out Ricochet. The demand comes out and it leads to a brawl, but the biggest outcome from this interaction is Stadium Stampede at All or Nothing. The Hurt Syndicate comes to back up Jericho. 3. AEW International Championship Match. Kazuchika Okada, defeated Brian Keith by pinfall to retain the title. After the match, Okada says he has the International Championship unlike Konosuke Takeshita, but says he wants the AEW World Championship next. Fun match but predictable. 4. Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander defeated Hale Cameron and Mina Shirakawa by pinfall. Fun match with a lot of missteps between Shida and Statlander, which is either building an implosion between the two stars or leads to nothing. 5. AEW World Championship match, Darby Allin, defeat Kevin Knight by pinfall. After the match, MJF comes out and says nobody wants to see this Reign of Terror anymore and demands his rematch. Allin declines and says MJF must put something on the line if he wants a rematch. MJF says he'll put his scarf on the line. Allin scoffs, and MJF says he'll put his dynamite diamond ring on the line. Allin again says no. MJF raises the bid to $1 million, but Allin still declines. Ends up here versus title which undermines the Okada challenge. Now to the wrestling news. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To all the wrestling news that really matters. Preview for TNA Impact. TNA Knockouts title match. NXT Ariana Grace defends against former champ Lei Ying Li. After last week's emotional confrontation, we will see many stories unfold. TNA Tag Team title match. The System defend the gold against Nick Namath and KC Navarro. With the Ryan Namath jealous angle, we will see how this all plays out. No DQ match. Eric Young has a bone to pick with the returning Know Your Narrative cult leader EC3. We also get the other part of the System, Eddie Edwards and Cedric Alexander, face off with Moose and X Division champ Leon Slater. And much more. As reported by Dave Meltzer, take it with a grain of salt, he claims the WWE releases are finished for this fiscal year and most of the wrestlers have renegotiated the contracts to stay with the company. It has also been reported. Evil or Naraku will have a follower. It's been long known that Hiromu Takahashi will be joining WWE and he'll be given the name Nox Raigen in WWE. Of course we have been reporting this name for everyone, so the fucking wrestling insiders better get their shit together. In AEW news, we here have been saying AEW is writing themselves in a corner for years. This couldn't be more true than the world title picture. With Darby Allin getting challenges left and right, the picture has been exciting. Especially having Okada throwing his name in the hat, but the problem is with the MJF part of the equation. Now it is reported a contract signing for the hair versus title match before the Okada match. So you basically told the results of the match. Okada won't win and I'm sure that we'll have Takeshita interfere, so no surprises. Then MJF will not shave his hair, especially he had implants put in, so you ruined the whole facade of wrestling with this poor writing. It is sad that WWE is going through the drama of TKO because wrestling fans deserve better than what we are being given. Now to the news. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To the news that matters, and we are still not being paid by George Soros or the DNC. President Trump has shelved Project Freedom after Saudis refused bases and airspace. Funny that Saudi Arabians were all in against Iran due to its behavior, but when it comes to actually working with us, they put their small tails between their legs. Just imagine if there was a better fuel source that doesn't require gas and is better than electric. Inquire if you want to know more. In crazy news, which let's just be honest, all the news is fucking crazy at this point. Alleged suicide note written by Jeffrey Epstein has been unsealed. Holding this important document for all these years is a bit suspicious, but let's roll with the punches. What else could happen? In Hollywood is apeshit crazy news. Yes, even after that gala event these idiots are still spewing hate. Star Wars failed actor Mark Hamill posted on his Blue Sky an artist rendering of President Trump in a coffin with the words "if only." Again, the group telling to coexist and love Trump's hate, are awfully hateful. I guess being a leftist has its privileges, because if it were anyone else, they would be arrested and have their assets frozen. Of course you can still do that. Wink wink. Well, to the best part of the show. Dumbass of the day, those friendly assholes Antifa.
Now to the dumbass of the day. The most annoying group. They have pulled from the past but still stink as if deodorant was not invented yet. ANTIFA. The primary concerns regarding Antifa's impact on American society center on its use of direct action, which often includes political violence, property damage, and the suppression of speech. Critics, including government officials and some civil rights groups, argue these tactics undermine democratic norms and public safety. Bastardization of the right to protest with violence and stupidity. These happies are openly communistic and are all undermining what makes America the beacon of hope. Impacts on freedom and social order. Political violence. Adherents often view violence as a legitimate tool to oppose ideologies they perceive as fascist, including white supremacy and far-right extremism. This has led to violent brawls at public rallies, such as those in Berkeley, California, and Charlottesville, Virginia. Everyone in America has the right to protest, but ANTIFA has made it their sole mission to disrupt everything. This past May Day rallies, ANTIFA was there. As protests, ANTIFA was there. These idiots want communism in the US but don't want to move there to find out what real oppression is. Suppression of speech, by physically disrupting events and using tactics like shouting down speakers or forming human chains, the movement is often accused of violating the First Amendment rights of those they oppose. Doxing and harassment. Some activists engage in doxing, releasing personal information about ideological opponents online, to cause them social or financial harm, such as job loss. The funny thing about these soy boys and confused genders, they want to express themselves but stop anyone else. Watch these rallies and ANTIFA represents everything wrong with society. Undermining law enforcement. A core tenet for some supporters is non-cooperation with police, as they lack faith in the state's ability to combat fascism. This can lead to armed standoffs and increased assaults on officers. Also, remember when these retards protested and expressed defund the police, yet when they get their panties in a bind, these bitches are first to call for the police. Formal designations and legal actions. As of late 2025, the U.S. government took significant formal steps against the movement's terrorist designation. On September 22, 2025, President Donald Trump signed an executive order designating ANTIFA as a domestic terrorist organization, describing it as a militarist, anarchist enterprise. As domestic terrorists, it's about time a tribunal is set and start seeing these idiots swing. Investigative directives. Federal agencies have been directed to investigate and dismantle funding sources and operations associated with those acting on behalf of the movement. Inadmissibility. Policies have been reviewed to potentially classify affiliated persons as inadmissible to the United States based on their participation in organized criminal activity. The sad fact is these idiots are working with the principles of the original ANTIFA but embracing buzzwords and no accountability. You can spot ANTIFA in the wild. Houses have grass growing out of control and claim it's for the bees instead of planting flowers. These lazy bastards do everything but contribute. They are often unwashed and have either bright-colored hair for the female cohorts while the men have long beards, long hair, and smell of BO and weed. They love killing babies but will fight for murders and rapists. Anyone they disagree with are fascists or Nazis, yet they act like actual Nazis. So, it is very important to cut the head of the snake because these ANTIFA tards are not working alone, most are being funded and organized, hence start treating them as domestic terrorists and start having necks wrong. So, if you do encounter one of these evil assholes in the wild, be cautious because not only are they dim-witted, they will quickly turn to violence because the lack of impulse control. So, stay safe.